We have spoilers for chapter 12, and as I say inside each chapter, the new chapter brings more hype than the previous chapter. So in this one, we will see Boruto smashing Hidari. Boruto and SARADA are gonna fight together, and as I said, this is 12 chapters. And each chapter of Boruto comes after a month, so it means it has been a year since Boruto to Blue Vortex came. I am telling you, there is a lot inside this chapter, a lot of things has also been revealed, we have a lot of new information. So let's start the chapter, and there is Sumire on the cover, which means she is going to do something inside this chapter. Chapter 12 exactly starts from where chapter 11 ended. Boruto has Himawari and SARADA. This is the first page. Just see how Boruto is standing. Boruto is feeling different. This is like, I will cut you if you move. I am Boruto. Now Boruto have Himawari in his hands. So he puts her on the side of SARADA. Boruto tells Konohamaru that I am handing over Himawari to you, and then Hidari attacks the Boruto. Boruto blocks that attack with his sword, and someone uses wind-style jutsu and throws Hidari away. But Hidari goes straight into his claw mark, and now let's move on to Kawaki and Delta in the last chapter. Kawaki and Delta were going to save Team 10 from Jura, but before that the Boruto had reached and saved Himawari. And after saving Himawari, the Boruto had used the flying right gene and directly went to Konoha. Kawaki was talking that Boruto must have used some space-time because he was here right now. And now I feel his presence inside Konoha, and Delta asks the sensory team about Team 10, and sensory team replies Team 10 are heading to Konoha with someone injured. So Himawari did not heal Inojin properly. Like Inojin, she saved his life, but she could not heal him properly. She is still learning. She has healed him for the first time, and the sensory team says Himawari SARADA. And there is also Boruto there. Now look here. Kawaki and Delta are standing in the air, and there is Jura on the ground, but he is not even looking at them. Now we come back to Konoha where Boruto and the group is around. Clawmark has been told now Boruto is an enemy for the whole village except Sumire and SARADA. Shikamaru and include one or two more, but Konohamaru or the ninja. For them, Boruto is a traitor, so Konohamaru was a little suspicious of Boruto. But maybe SARADA makes him understand. If Boruto did not save me, I would have been killed. Then Konohamaru also understood that. Okay, for now, the Boruto is with himself. So he explains a little system to Boruto about code, claw marks. Like it can go anywhere. It can come out from anywhere, and I guess Boruto know more about these things than anyone. There is a sensory ninja with them. Then the Boruto tells him that if there is any detection of any chakra and claw mark around him, then inform us, and he tells the Boruto that you are calling me. Hey you bastard, you are the enemy of this place. Don't talk nonsense. After all, the Boruto has killed Hokage, and he is giving orders to the incoming, so he is not going to accept like this, right? And do you remember if Sumire was in the chapter cover, then Sumire should do something big inside the chapter. Nah, you just got pranked. I had told you in the last chapter that Claw Grimes and Shinju are targeting SARADA. You will have to protect SARADA, and this time also Sumire just says this to Boruto, and it's pretty much this. And Boruto already knew this. SARADA has also understood this thing because at the end of the last chapter, Hidari had almost attacked her and Hidari said the same. That I will eat you, then I will get all the information, knowledge. But eating SARADA, transforming her into a tree, Konohamaru did not know all this, but he heard everything, and her teammate Moigi also has been transformed into a tree, so Konohamaru already understood who he can face. Inside the future, Boruto also explains to Konohamaru that the spirit with which we are fighting is made from Sasuke, my master. And all the trees that have formed, there are chances that they will come back in such form. But yes, Boruto reveals so much that if we want to save Sasuke, then we will have to defeat it. Konohamaru says, all this is fine, but where are you getting all the information from? And Boruto is like, you just pay attention to Himawari, we will talk later. And then Sensory Ninja detects the chakra from the claw mark. Boruto asks which claw mark is chakra coming from. And he says, I don't know, it is coming from all of them. At first I felt that our shinobi are not capable enough to tell exactly where the chakra is coming from, but in the next panel, many claw grimes hidden inside come out. So he was right when so many claw grimes will come out. Then the chakra will be detected from different places. Now look, so many claw grime, everyone attack on them, not Boruto plays a little smart here. Boruto knows that all of claw grime are going to target SARADA. Then Boruto tells SARADA that you should be a little careful and only attack the one who wants to attack you, and I am going to throw everyone else. One thing I like very much is that Boruto uses his sword a lot. I'm loving this. Boruto cuts the claw grim. Now a claw grim attacks SARADA. SARADA kicks her in the stomach, and Hidari comes out from the mark on the stomach of that claw grim. If Hidari is going to use such combo like claw grim, then it is going to be a lot of trouble for shinobis. Hidari comes out and tries to capture SARADA in the tree, and then what Boruto does is, oh, my heart is at peace. If you remember Minato vs Obito, and how does Minato hit a Rasengan on Obito? Boruto does exactly the same thing. Throws his shuriken at Claw Grim, instantly comes over Hidari and hits him with a Rasengan. Now my question is, when am I going to see the anime of 2 Blue Vortex? I want to see this scene. This Rasengan almost tears Hidari's shoulder. He is so damaged that he has to run away from the battlefield. He is in the dimension of the 10 tails and comes to the place where the box is kept. The trees around there heal him. Exactly what kind of place is it, or what is the purpose of the queue? We will also find out in the future. But it heals very quickly, and comes back, spreads a lot of claw marks around them, and SARADA makes a plan that Boruto should stay in the air so that Hidari cannot attack you, and as soon as he comes near me, I will catch him and throw him at you, and you will hit him with Rasengan and finish. The Boruto says that, I am going to use Rasengan Uzuhiko at maximum output, and within a single blow I will finish it. And even SARADA does not know about Rasengan Uzuhiko. Hiko explains to the boat also that Boruto explains to her that it's the chakra of the plant is used inside, there's a little complexity in it, like centrifugal force. All this seems like a lot. There's a little bit of science in it. SARADA asks, but do you really have such a technique? Due to which you will finish him in one shot, and Boruto says, of course I was training in the time skip dome. Boruto says Rasengan Uzuhiko has no limits. I understand that it is not that the Boruto can use infinite amount of cha. If it says no limit, then it means that the chakra of the plant is unlimited. But how much can the Boruto use is on Boruto. It depends. According to me, Rasengan Uzuhiko is a very dangerous attack. Once it is used, only Boruto can deactivate it, and no one else can, but like our Lord Itachi had said, every jutsu has some weakness. Rasengan Uzuhiko also has one, and that is that if he has to use it, then he will have to remain connected to the earth to prepare it. If he is in the air, then he will not be able to do this. Both his feet should be on the ground, only then he can use the plant chakra. And let me tell you in advance that the plant chakra is not the same chakra that the Naruto uses. It is a different chakra than Sage Mode. Hidari attacks again. He takes out his hand a little from Claw Mark and is about to hit her, but Konohamaru comes in between and protects her, and Boruto tells him that I was telling you to protect Himawari? Now, despite their words, Hidari immediately attacks SARADA, holding her and pulling her back, in a Claw Mark. But Sarah uses the Chidori Nagashi inside Claw Mark, which is also a very old attack which proves to be quite effective against Hidari. And he takes advantage of this by taking Hidari out of his claw mask and throwing it at Boruto, and Boruto is actually not ready for the Rasengan Uzuhiko and says, I'm not ready, but it's now or never, and Boto Rasen that. Now what the Rasengan Uzuhiko hits it on Hidari. A whirlwind type is created, and this condition of Hidari was created by Rasengan Uzuhiko of Boruto. He says if there is time to do a little more preparation, otherwise I would have finished the entire thing. But here he hits the entry of KAWAKI, which blows it to pieces in one blast. There is nothing left. This Hidari, but our enemies, is so overpowered that the particles fly in the air. It becomes a strange thing by sticking to it. Hidari has also returned in a form which Boruto calls Throne Soul. Boruto shows his toad and we see the other side. Kashin Koji and his eyes have become like toads, and Kashin Koji confirms that yes, it is Throne Soul. So Kashin Koji is connected to his toad's vision. Kawaki comes here to Boruto and says, wait, please tell me, what is this? Boruto says, he is transformed from this to my master tree, and further Boruto just threatens Kawaki to remove his hand, otherwise I will cut it off. But in the next moment, there is also a laser which goes through the Boruto. Everyone looks in the air, and we know. It seems that Jura has sniped Boruto from very far. Where has he sniped from? How strong is Jura? Now, SARADA goes exactly to pick up that Throne Soul, and Jura attacks her hand also with laser beams. And then that Throne Soul itself flies to Jura, and Jura says, I can't believe it, Boruto, that you have found out about that Throne Soul. I guess you are more dangerous than I thought. Now the chapter ends here, where Jura is saying at the end that we will have to eat Kawaki, but Boruto, we can't afford you to stay alive. In Chapter 4, Jura had said that Boruto is not that important for us right now, so let him stay alive or die. It doesn't matter, but now his priority has changed. Now Boruto will have to die, and Chapter 12 ends.